It's Erin Reed from Erin Reed Makes, and welcome. Today's all about card swaps. Has to do with the birthday card swap. And that is started as our second card swap for 2024. So before I jump into all this, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's talk about card swaps. Welcome to the show. All right. So again, before I jump into the card swaps, if you watched me live, you saw the goofiness. If you watched it now and you're watching the replay, yeah, I added all the mess out in the front end. So there's a couple of fun events coming up, and I wanted to let everybody know about this. The first one is my Maker's Retreat. There's only a couple of spots left. So if you want to be a part of it, there's only a couple of spots left for staying in person at the site. I am not the only educator this year. I have two other amazing educators. I have Eileen Hull and Cassandra Louise joining me. There's also a couple of spots where there's tables. You're part of the food, you're part of all the classes, but you could stay at a hotel down the road about a mile away, and you have to have transportation to and from. But it's some people want to stay in a room all by themselves versus being in a room, because our rooms are either 2, 3, or 4. So if you want to be a part of that, and before the early bird pricing goes away, get yourself locked in, because it is almost sold out, just as a heads up. So if you've been humming and hawing about it, get yourself locked into that, because it's going to be a ton of fun. Second of all, if you are looking for even more card inspiration, there is a brand new Fan Faves bundle that got launched today, and it is only available today and tomorrow. Brandy Mahon from the Card Maker Success Summit has a Fan Faves bundle, and the theme for the entire bundle is all about flowers, which was our previous, which is kind of fun. I do have a couple of classes that are in this, and the links for both the retreat and the Fan Faves bundle are down in the information section. Okay, there we go. Hello. All right, so let's us jump into the cards. Let's flip the cameras. So there was the replay. For those of you, again, I had a stupid phone. The mic was being dumb, and so we fixed it. But fresh card, and let's talk about the cards. Here we go. So take a look at all these gorgeous cards. So the card swap number 1. You guys voted on, for those that are in the Facebook group, for the Card Swap and Inspiration Facebook group, you guys picked what the theme was for this card swap. They are due to be put in the mail by June 22nd. That gives me enough time to swap them around and mail them back before my retreat. So how do I have time to do all the stuff I need to do? And the card swap specifications, they must be handmade, like these beauties are. They must be a 5x, they must be an A2 size card, which means they're 5.5 by 4.25. So that means you are not sending me the envelopes. You are just sending me the cards, because that way they can get sent back to you. These beautiful cards, and please put your name on the back for a couple of reasons. I will do my little soapbox right now. You made this gorgeous card. You need to give yourself credit. Don't let anybody take credit for the card you made. So by putting your name on the back, it could be a stamp. I'll show you my stamp, because we're going to stamp a couple here together. You are taking credit for your card. Second of all, when I swap the cards around and give them back to you, I don't give you your card back by accident, because I do not have them all memorized. Oh, I'm sorry, I tried my best, but I do not. So please make sure your name is on the back. So when I go and send you back, you're either batch of 10 or your batch of 20, because that's how they're coded into my system to generate your label. You put your name on there so I don't send yours back to you accidentally. All right, so these beautiful cards, I love this. Annette, she sent this cute little thing. She goes, this is for a swap. Received it, happy birthday cards from Annette, and this is the Erin Reed swap. I love this. Please post once received. I love this. So she must do a lot of swaps. So she's got a little card that's going on here. So these are made by Annette. I love them. She did 20 cards, and they were all the same idea, but they're fun colors. So she has a really beautiful embossing folder in the background. It says happy birthday to you. Candles, balloons, fun stuff. And she did that on white with some beautiful texture. And then you can see the texture in the background. Gorgeous. And then she has this gorgeous die that she did in some fun colors of pattern paper. This one had some little metal on here. This one's got some, so that they're just really pretty, solid colors, but with hints of other things in there. And then she die cut out the happy birthday, and you can really see it pop on these other cards. And she just had all kinds of fun. I love these. These are fun. These are so cool. So that's the first set of cards. So if you're wanting to be a part of the swap, you mail me your cards. They show up on video. I give everybody credit for doing the cards that they send. I cannot put every single card you made up on camera, but I do my best. And this just happens to be the first batch of cards that got sent into me. So this is the first of many videos to all give you inspiration for birthday cards. So these gorgeous cards are from Marie, and I'm going to try, okay, so it's Buther, Buther. And if somebody gave me their Instagram, to their YouTube channel, to their Facebook page, someplace where they do, maybe they are a fellow creative person and they have videos or they put pictures of the cards they made, I will put the links down below. Nobody in this batch gave me a link to put into the video, so I don't have one for this group. But if you want me to do that, there's also a spreadsheet that I have. So on that spreadsheet, and I get questions this all the time, sorry. I'm messing with the hair. Let's pull it back, but it looks better when it's forward. Then I tend to eat it, whatever. So people ask me all the time about a spreadsheet in the Facebook group and also on the landing page where it talks about the information for the card swaps, where you pay, the address to mail the cards into me. All the details are there, what the theme is, the due date, when I mail them back to you by, all that is on the landing page. But there's also a link for a spreadsheet. So I get this, my name's not on the spreadsheet. Does that mean I'm not part of the swap? No. You put your name on there, and that's because you wanted to put your name on there because you wanted to be part of the swap. It does not mean that it guarantees you or it locks you in. It's just saying, yeah, I'm interested. And if you have a tracking number, so that way I can expect your package or a date that you mailed your package of your cards to me, that's great. I only add the names to the spreadsheet when the package arrives and it hasn't been added by you yet. So if your name is not on there, it's because you, I only add them once the package comes and your name is not there. So it's just a transparency between you, so you know, yep, I got your cards, yep, FTC 7020, and then I also put what your video date is. So those people that are in this video, it says this is your video date. And then I will add another column on there, and it says when you're, actually, I used to add another column on there about when your package is being mailed back, but now you get an email to you, so I don't bother with that last column. So hopefully that clears up some questions about that. Okay, so let's talk about these cards. Gorgeous, gorgeous cards. I love these. So these ones are so much fun. I picked, oops, this one's different. This was supposed to not go there. These ones are why I picked them. Can anybody tell why I put these together? Because they all have the same stamp. I love it. So these ones all have the same stamp done in different ways, different designs, but I love how she's used the same stamp and played around with the card. It's just so much fun. It looks like the stamp has an initial stamp, but it also looks like it has an interior shading version of the stamp. I don't think she colored that in. I could be wrong. But I think it's got like another layer to it, which is pretty cool. So it's got the happy, but it also looks like you can do wishing you, and then it looks like a happy day. So she's had some fun. Then she's also stamped this border around it. And I don't know whose stamp it's in. So if anybody knows what the stamp is, shout it out. I'd love to know. And she just had some fun layering some other fun colors, some fun stars, some little fishtails, some other fun birthday papers. Here we have a big fishtail, a little heart down here. Here we have the word birthday. This one's done in a banner. We've got a little banner at top. So she's done lots of little fun paper layers. But the key thing being the stamp, which is the happy stamp that's on here. That's really fun. Little birthday bubbles or balloons. Yeah, I don't think bubbles and balloons are the same thing. So there's those ones. Marie also made this fun one. I love layers on cards, and so that's why I put this one in. Look at the fun layers at the border along here with the dots. We have some simple balloons, a little happy birthday right there, and not only with the circle, but it's got the layer around. It's just a fun way to use some of your pattern papers and have layers, and it's cute. It's a great way to use some of your pattern papers here for the banner here and also for the balloons, and just a simple little happy birthday stamp up in the corner. This is a great one if you've got either paper strips or washi tape. I love using up my supplies. So this is one of my all-time favorites for washi tape. Just taking layers, placing it on a pattern. This just on blue. So some of these you can kind of see the blue underneath. She found colors of washi tape that went together. A little happy birthday stamp here in the corner with some more fun layers, and just keeping it simple. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to check to see if there's anything inside of the card. I don't think so. These ones look all plain, but I didn't check. Nope. Okay. These ones don't have any goodies inside. You guys are quiet today. At first, we weren't quiet because I had the sound issue. All right, here's another one from Marie. So here we have a belly band card. No, this one. Ooh, I did open this one going, what was this? 'Cause I did the exact same thing when I first looked at this card as well. This one, you're expecting it to be like maybe like a belly band or some sort of like sliding band card. No, it is this. So it's one of those hingy cards. And normally you expect it and then like it sits like this. This time it's going to sit up like that, which is pretty darn cool, which I absolutely love. So you've got the card that's being able to sit right there. So it props and it's laid flat. It totally fits within the specifications, but I like how it pops up and then you can see it sitting just like that. That's such a cool card. And it's super simple. You put a little score right through here, make it 2 panels. You only stick this down. She did a really good job of making sure it only stuck in the center, right there in that center point. So it's only glued right there. We gave a little bit of some paper on either end to make sure it didn't pop off. And then it sits. But I've only ever seen them like this. I love that she turned it. I always like fun little things about cards. They're like, ooh. Hey, Rhonda. Hello, hello, hello. Another one of my favorite things to do for cards. This one's so much fun. You find a beautiful cover plate and then you ink blend below. And she's got this beautiful die cover plate of the flowers. And then below, she has added all the beautiful ink blending with these. And then she's done some splatters on there as well. And it's just so much fun. And then a simple little happy birthday banner across. And such a stunning card that you could do this a lot. You can have fun with the colors that are behind there. And I love ink blending. So yeah, love the card that stands up vertical. Isn't that cool? I wish there was like a fun name for that. So again, this is also from Marie. I pulled this one. I pulled a lot from Marie because I only had 6 people that sent in their cards. So I was able to show a few more from this batch. But usually I only do 4 or 5 cards per person. She had a lot of different cards. That's why I pulled a few. And I found I'm an autumn birthday girl. My birthday is at the end of September. So I love the nod to the fall babies. So this one's got a cute pumpkin, and I love at that time of year having like the fall shades. Like I'm ready for autumn to happen and the pumpkins, the colors, and the apples and the leaves. So I'm really truly enjoying this theme here. She's done some paper strips that are all autumn colors. Here we have the orange, the autumn. Here we have a little pumpkin. She's done some little doodling here. On the white, she's done some embossing. So you can see some embossing happening just for a little extra texture on the back end there. On the inside, wishing you the very best for this coming year. Love it. I try to see if she has something. No, I keep forgetting to look on the insides of these cards. All right, here we have the waterfall cards and my favorite colors. Wishing you, and then as we pull down, you get balloons, happy birthday, and then some more flowers. And this is a really fun, there's a die that you can get for this. There's also some specifications out there about making this particular card. Basically, you're building this little front panel here. They're all connected. And this little piece right here is what helps pop up. So as it moves down, it's pulling the cards, and that's what allows each of the little pop-up sections to show. It's a really fun way to do a card, and it's just different. I love interactive cards. I love cards that are just a little different, whether it's by design, because it stands vertical instead of horizontal, something changed about this, it's just fun. And it's also by Marie. Next, we have these cutie little pie ones. Look how adorable. I love that you can take just about any theme and put a happy birthday on there, and boom, it works. So these are also by Marie. Lovely. Look at the cute little pie. She had some fun patterned papers going on. I don't know if I think this is a pattern paper, but you could also, there's some stamps out there that can make that plaid in the background. The little paper. Here she put the word cherry, and here she put "You Bake My Day." How cute is that? Some little hearts on this one. This one does not have hearts. These ones have little flowers. She got a couple of flowers. And a happy birthday stamp at the bottom. Super cute. Just plain on the inside. And then this one, oh my goodness, I'm loving the vellum on this card and these flowers. Look how pretty. And the other part besides the flowers, because you could have tried to put this in the middle and center it, and then you had all this white space. She moved it over, created its own little column right here. And then to fill in the space, a couple of layers, but she left the end white, which I think is really cool. We try to sometimes fill up the entire card and do every single inch. You don't have to. You don't have to. You can shift things and play around the layers. You could have done another layer if you want, but I love just how she's left it white on the outside as a statement and not to try to fill every piece because it looks gorgeous. And I like how this has created this nice little column for this to fit in. Very, very beautiful card. And that vellum on the little die right there, that jar with the flowers coming out of it, super cute. Love that card. Okay, so these ones were all from Marie. Now, the next ones are mine, and I have not stamped mine yet. For years ago, I got a full stamp, and this is just what I have. If you do not have a stamp, you can handwrite your name in there. Marie did. She handwrote her name. She had a stamp for a couple of them. She had them crafted and then wrote her name. Mine actually says my name on there. Please put your names on the back of them. And since I have not yet, but these are going into the swap. Oops, that's very bad. There we go. So I like the self-stamping ones because it makes life easy to be able to stamp it and move forward. It just really kind of hits the spot. So let's talk about my cards. These ones, I looked in my stash. I did not make these anytime new. These are all older cards that I've had for a little while, but I was like, I'm going to add some cards. And that is totally fine. People ask me all the time, do you have to make brand new cards to go into the card slot? No. If you have cards that fit the criteria of an A2 card, A2 size, say that correctly, or as long as it fits into an A2 size envelope. So as long as it's 5.5 by 4.25 or a little smaller. So if you did a square card, a circle card, a slim line, as long as it's not too long, so as long as that's 5.5, totally fine. Those are great. Zero problems. Just because then we don't have to ship the envelopes back and forth, and then that creates more weight for you to ship it to me and more weight to ship it back, and I have to raise the prices, and I hate doing that. So trying to keep this on a budget for everybody. So as long as it fits those specifications and it's something birthday related, it fits somewhere in there for birthday, totally fine. That works for me. So yeah, older cards, totally fine. Have fun with that. And we can all use birthday cards, right? I also get asked, what can I do with the card once I get it? That's up to you. If you want to use them, I use them. The ones I keep, I pass them out. I have a whole big bin of cards that kids go and stash for their birthday. So this one is one that's got a little pocket in here. And I put the pocket where it has a little happy birthday so that's sliding in. So I just created a little fold. This piece, so it's a little wider than 5.5. And when I scored it, so that way this folds all the way down, a little bit of extra space down here. You only glue it on the sides. I put some pattern paper here, pattern paper up on top. You could also fit a, I think I have one stashed. Yeah. Pretend you have a gift card. That would easily fit in there. Perfect for a birthday card. Fit a gift card in there. Little hidey hole. You don't even have to put this piece if you don't want to. And then on the front, I just did a nice little banner. This was just a fun stamp that was easy. Another pattern paper. Keep life simple. But it's a great little card for having a gift card. So I love that concept. This is another one that I made. This was actually for one of those summits that I do. And it just says, enjoy your day. Well, to me, if I'm going to have a card that says, enjoy my day, it's probably going to be about my birthday because my birthday is all about me. And so this was a card that kind of is a fun way to sit. So it opens up and it sits like that. So it's a vertical and then it has this kind of fun tiering system. You can pull the card down like this. I created the pattern paper and this fun little element. And it's just a fun card, but it also does open up so you could write on the inside if you want to. I don't remember what I called this, like a vertical stair step card or something. You know, if I really wanted to be making sure this said birthday, I could stamp happy birthday, or you can. But I'm counting this as birthday because it has a birthday vibe to it. Same with this one. This one says best wishes. This is one that I have. These files exist on my website, and this is the floral version, but there's a few other ones. There's 6 different designs that go with this cut files. This was cut on my Cricut. The best wishes were also part of it as well. And I just did it with a plain paper, but you could have fun with the background about, you could ink blend in the background, you could have all kinds of fun. And so best wishes totally for me fits with the birthday vibe. You know, you say best wishes to somebody, it usually means birthday. And it's just nice and simple. And then I put little gems in the center of all the flowers, just for grins and giggles. All right, next we have, I love it. Just want to say a shout out. Thank you so much for the handwritten notes. I love when I get these little fun notes. They're so cool. So we have a couple of ladies who did these cards together and then shipped them together, and that's totally fine. And they just let me know in the notes that they bundled them with a little rubber band. These were Kathy's and these were Debbie's. That way I knew 2 different people's cards came, even though it was in one package. I've had a couple people do that because they live nearby and hey, it saved on shipping. You just need to purchase for the return of the cards, each person needs to have their own purchase, because that's how I can generate the mailing label to go back to the person. So if you did 20 cards, I need one for that person for 20 cards. And if the other person needs it, they need a 20 card one, because there's no 40 cards, either 10 or 20. That's it. I did get asked this question as well. Well, what if I want to do 30? Well, then you can buy a 10 and you can buy a 20, but I'm not going to guarantee, I will guarantee I will do my best. I need your names on there. I am trying my hardest, and I'm sorry if I've made a oops in the past. I really do try hard to not give you your card back. Sometimes oopsies happen. I lay them all out. I flip them all upside down, and I'm like, here's your shipping label. It says your name. The times I might make a mistake is if it got smeared or smudged, or your name is Susan, but it says, whiskey business on there or something, and I don't remember Susan to whiskey business. So that's the part that I might make the oops on that, or it's just human error. So I flip them over and I look at the names. I make sure that I have all different names on the back. So I try to give everybody not the same card, so 20 different cards or 10 different cards. But if you did a 10 and a 20, I'm pulling that mailing label. I'm pulling 20 and I'm looking that label, that name, and these are all different. I might pull your 10 label for 10 at a different time and not remember what I already pulled. I don't do all 30 at once. So I do the 10 and then I do the 20. So you won't get your card back, but I cannot guarantee you get the exact same set of cards or similar cards from that person, if that makes sense. Because it was meant to be for 10 or for 20. But some people want 40 back, or they want to send me 40. So that's just, it takes me double the time. So the longer amount of time to get them back to you guys. And I would have to cap how many people would send them in. So that's why I left it at 20 as the max, because it's so much longer to swap them around when there's 40 and then when there's 50 or when there's 30. 20 goes pretty fast. That way I can get them back to you in a timely manner. Okay, that was a big tirade. Sorry about that. All right, so here we have another set of cards. This one is from Debbie. So she's got her own name on the back. She, on this note, said that they made a whole bunch of handmade paper. They made their own paper to go with the cards. And this paper right here is all beautifully handmade. She said they even did a special batch of paper specifically for the swap. So here's her handmade paper, and then she stamped on it and did a little bit of coloring, and it kind of matched some of the colors that were in some of the pieces. So I love that she's actually made her own paper for this. It is so pretty. And she just did that one on a teal cardstock, a little bit extra matte, and paper on there. Here we can see a couple of different handmade papers. So she's made this one, and you can tell just because it has some more like kind of texture to it. And this one even has a little bit of some mica powder. Can you guys see that shimmer shine on there? And then here we have another one. So handmade paper has a definite look to it. It doesn't look crisp and clean and perfect. It's got some fun texture to it, and you can add fun things to it as well. So she's kind of ripped the edges on this one. Here she did a whole bunch of grid work, some stamps, HBD, happy birthday. Here we have, she's cut out the hearts, the little panels, and we have a happy birthday that she die cut out. It acts like regular paper. I mean, it's regular paper. It's just she made it herself, which I think is so pretty and so much fun. So let's see if there's anything on inside. Nope, that's it. And this one she even layered. There's handmade paper in the back, and then she's got the purpley maroonish color on the front. I don't know, what color would you guys call that? This one was a fun design. I don't think there's any handmade paper in here, but I love the design of this one. So it's happy birthday, but then it flips and it flips. I like that. I've made them where it's been like a whole diagonal, but I've never done it where it's got the cutout like this. I gotta turn it this way. Isn't that kind of fun? So it's got two little flaps, and then I like the way it closes. You could almost put something here if you wanted to. It's just a fun card. I like that opening. I might keep that just for myself. This is another fun die. I think this was from Stamps of Life. So there's a die that you can get that has this little flippy panel on there, and it's really fun that you can get this little flip panel that goes there. It has all the elements die cut out, so that way everything fits. So you basically die cut this out. It already has the die. You just score along the scoring marks, and then it has the element where you can cut here. It has the pieces where you can add them on here, and it's just a fun little card. I like that she's added a little butterfly there, and then she's added her information on the backside, and then you flip it, it says happy birthday. So that's a fun way to do that. Here is another one where she's done it on her Cricut. So HBD, happy birthday from me to you. This is done on heat embossing. And then on the back side of the die cut, I believe this is done on her Cricut or something. She's put vellum, which I think is really fun. It's a fun way to kind of add that layer of something behind versus just a colored paper. She put vellum back there. And on the inside here, we have some more of her pattern paper that she put some glitter pieces in, which I think is cool, and stamped in the corner. And some more vellum for the background. Why not? I think that's cool. Okay, another one from Debbie. These two I'm putting in here together just because it's so cool. It looks like it's watercolor paintings. I love the Cricut with the layers. I have zero patience to do this myself, but I truly appreciate all the hard work that goes into these cards because, man, there's some hard work in those cards. So it's all the different die cut elements we've cut out, and then it's layer, 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 layer. And you can see, look how big that is. There's so many fun layers. Happy birthday's on the inside. Oh, that's actually like written in there. She must use a marker. But it's like very back layers, the lightest green, then the darker green, then the darkest green, and then we're going to go to the red, then the pink, then the light pink, then the blue that goes on top. So you can see all the layers. This one, on the other hand, is just the black, and then she went in and colored. And I'm going to show you how I know she colored it because I can move this. Oh, here it is. It was the frog. And you can tell she went in and she just, wherever this lands, has the separation, but she colored this one in. So that's just a different way to do it. You just take that top layer and then you color it in whatever you want. And it gives that kind of same illusion of the layers of the paper, but it's really fun. Your frog looks like a design from Black Sheep. Oh my God, is this Ellie Mays? Oh, no, not Ellie Mays. Sorry, this, Black Sheep. Oh, yes. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know who she's gotten it from, but it's a cool one. I love it. Oh, I have to ask her if this is hers. She's got an event coming up soon. Watch me 303. She's got a fun event coming up soon. That's all about the joy, using the joy or the joy extra. I'm going to be a speaker and I'm helping on the back. Elena, thank you. Ellie May is the name that came up to the top of my head, but I'm helping Elena in the back end. And so, yeah, my video is due by the end of this week. Is it done? Nope. It's coming. I'm working on another video today as well. It's all about dives for another somebody else. But that's, if Ellie or Elena made that, that's awesome. Thank you, Susan, for letting me know that. This is another fun one that, again, it's got a little thing that you can put in your elements. So here we've got a little birthday. Look, it's got a little toothpick to make even more. We've got the balloons that pop in here. The first two elements, pop that up here. Very carefully. There we go. So this is an idea, sorry, before I get too far into it, where you have a card that fits the specifications because it's what's a little wider. Kind of bit narrower, it would fit perfectly, but it's shorter. So it's totally fine, right? Yes, her first event was so much fun. Yes, Elena's event was fantastic. She's got it coming up again. So then another element that's on the back, ticket for one good kiss. Love that. Since there's happy birthday in there. These two elements in here are, this one comes out too. This one's stuck. Oh, this one removes too. There we go. These all little pieces. This one's stuck. I think this one I thought was stuck because this one was. And then it says hooray on the inside. So just a fun thing that you can pull out. And again, you could easily snag a gift card in here if you wanted to. If you wanted to throw another little element, that would be a great little pocket. And so you just make sure that the edges, I think she's done it where she's like folded it over and glued it in place. And it's great. It's such a cute card. And then we have some more of the pattern, the beautiful, beautiful papers that she has done. Oops. Here we go. So here are all the beautiful papers that she has with the handmade paper. I wanted to show you some of the other handmade papers that you can cut. You can die cut handmade paper. You can use it as a background. You can do other fun layers. But just having fun with handmade paper is a blast. And all the different fun colors that you can make with handmade paper. So if you've never done it before and you're like, I want to try something new, check into how to make your own handmade paper. It really can be addictive. And you saw that you can put the sparkles in there, the mica powders. You can have all these fun little colors in there. It really, really is fun. Yeah, that one is like a party in a card, isn't it? All right, so all of those were from Debbie. I think every single one was from Debbie. We had a lot from Debbie because she sent in so many different cards. Again, I only had 6 people, so I got to pull extras from everybody. Normally, it's like 4 to 5 cards per person. Look at the shiny on these. So here's another fun one that's done with like a Cricut. And so here's the other thing. When people ask me, well, what can I use? Do I have to use anything? As long as it's handmade. You can Cricut cut, you can use whatever brand product you want. It could be all your own brand stuff, somebody else's brand. It can be new. It can be 40 years old. It does not matter. Is there a skill level involved with the card swap? Nope. Anybody is welcome. My daughter loves to add some cards into the card swap. So if you ever get one of hers, she only does them every now and then. She might join this one. I'm not sure. We're getting down to the wire for the end of the year. Anybody else? Okay, I said this term to somebody. I said May-cember. Did anybody else know what May-cember is? It's like December, May. And if you've got kids in school, especially in middle school and high school right now, or even like the older elementaries, it's the end of year for everything. There's all the ceremonies and the performances and this and that. And it's like a completely other December. It's gotten so crazy. On top of that, I have a graduating senior. So all the crazy that goes along with that day too. There's a lot going on this year. So you can use whatever supplies you want on your cards as long as you have handmade them. Even if it's from a kit and you assembled it, totally fine. It's just you can't go to the store and just pick them up and turn them in that you bought them. So I love the foil. This is a Cricut card where she's got the layers. So each one of these balloons, it's the cut out of the white. So the metal is just hiding underneath. That did not mean to come in. Oh, your kid is done for the year after his last AP exam on Friday. Oh, yeah, my son finished his AP exam, but there's still 2 weeks left of the school year. We go all the way until May 29th. So we got some time to go. So these ones are all from Sheila K. So she's got a cute little sticker. I love that. Whatever you want to use on the backside, have fun. Oh, Pam, you got some of my cat's cards from several years ago. Aw, you still keep them? Aw, that's so fun. Yeah, she loves doing them. She's so fun. Look at this one. This is another party in a card. I love it. It's like an explosion of fun on here. I love all the balloons. I love how this card opens. It is just fun. It is just so much fun. I think this is hilarious. So this is another one from Sheila K. We've got all kinds of fun balloons. I love that birthday, how it just kind of opens like this. That is just, it's a fun card. It is a fun card. Cool. And how the little strings of it just makes you smile. Some cards, they give an emotion. This one just makes you happy. It makes you smile. Here's another one. She had fun with balloons. Here's another one. So instead of having it in two sides, you have happy birthday at the bottom. All of the strings, come here. Stay. There it is. Okay. Came undone. And all the balloons up front, little happy birthday. Just fun. Great way to use up some of your twine, let me tell you. Cute card, also from Sheila. And this one is her theme is balloons. Every single card she did. This is a fun one where she's got all the different geometric patterns in the background, and then she layered them with the stickles. So that way you really can see each of those. It almost looks like stained glass, which is really, really cool. And then we have the Celebrate balloon that she ink blended around the edge. So that's been done. Cricut silhouette. It's a cut funnel of some kind. Just fun. Purple, happy birthday to you. That has probably also been written with the pen in the machine. But instead of using a stamp, you can have the Cricut machine write for you or your silhouette. I believe they would do that. I only have a Cricut, so I'm not sure. And then here's another one with all the fun layers. And to get every single balloon a different layer, each of these is a different layer underneath. So you can see she's glued each one of the panels, which makes the fun really big. But also when you open it up, it looks kind of fun. It almost looks like hanging ornaments in this direction. So it's kind of fun to see from the back end. And so these ones are also from Sheila K. As it celebrates. And these ones are done in black. There's a layer of black in here. I think it's the top layer. That's a lot of little cutting out pieces. So then she sent me this. You guys don't need to send me anything, but when you do, it is truly, truly appreciated. She said she had a little note, and it's written in here. She goes, here's a sketch and idea journal to foster creativity. And I do have a journal that I write my stuff in. I do my lists, but she made this one for me. It's super cute. So you can have all your little journal pieces in here. So she's bound this whole thing together. Fun. And then in here, and she wrote this on here. Here it is. These are secret moments when you're tired of care. Feel free to whip out Don't Care Bear. Oh my goodness, isn't that hilarious? And there is the Don't Care Bear, and it's giving me the middle finger. I'm just loving that. Oh my God, I got a kick. I am the Care Bear generation because I was born in the late 70s. And so, I love the don't care bears. So when you're just like, I don't flipping care, and she's got little cards. I'm guessing they have little inspiration nuggets inside of them. You know, it's this. I busted out laughing for a good half hour at the don't care bears because they were the best, and I love it. Don't care bear. Oh my goodness, like that was the best thing ever. I love the don't care bears. And the little middle finger on there was just like the icing, the cherry on the cake, the icing on the like whatever, cherry on top. I'm trying to combine two different, euphemisms together. But come on, isn't that the best? Thank you so much for the journal. I truly, truly appreciate it. I'm gonna pop this back in here so I don't forget. Thank you. Huge shout out to you about that one. That was fantastic. And then somebody said the down balloons remind me of the ebony. Oh gosh, yes. Like the money bags. They do kind of look like the money bags. Yeah, like the shape it has. Like, or now I'm thinking not ebony. Now I'm thinking because I'm like Kidville of the. It's reminding me of Uncle Scrooge from DuckTales. His money bags, who also played Scrooge, like Scrooge McDuck. That's the word I'm looking for. All right, we have more. We have more. All right, so this is from. I can't read this. This is from Kathy. Sorry, it's really dark. This is from Kathy. She's the other one that worked together to do the handmade cards with the handmade paper. And so this is another variation of that. So here we can see the handmade paper in the background. So it's got some texture to it. That's cool. Like you can hear it. You hear it? You guys hear that? It's got some texture. And then this one, I believe, is a stencil that she did paste with, and it's raised. This is paper. It's been cut out paper. But I believe this is a stencil because it's got some texture to it. And then she went in and colored or used colored stencil paste on there. It's really pretty. I love that one. And then here, if you remember, we had the frog. So two variations. They both apparently use the same dye. This one, she watercolored it in or colored it in to get a very stained glass. This one, all the elements have been cut with paper and glued back in. So you could do both ways, which is kind of cool because you just keep cutting and then you place back the colors that you want to cut. So as it's cutting, you're going to cut it in green and dark green. That's my phone. Sorry about that. And then you have the blue, you have the gray, you have the pink, and then you put happy birthday on there. It's just fun. Isn't that fun? I love that. So I just another that one's two different files done in two different ways, and they're both gorgeous. Love it. And then here we're having some fun with foil. You gotta love good foil. So take a look at that foil. This is from Hot Foil Plates. It definitely has a much cleaner look to the foil when you do the hot foil plate over just the foil laminating. It tends to have when you do the foil with the heat laminate, or you put the sticky down and then you rub and pull the foil off. That's easy. It's great. It's like super fun. But you tend to have little gaps in your foil, and these just look so much cleaner when you do the hot foil. And so it's the same process. She just used a different color foil for the happy birthday on this one. And then some of the handmade paper. See, this handmade paper has got texture to it. She's got like beads or something in there. It's cool. It's like she used some shaker bits inside the paper. That's pretty nifty, Swifty. Oops, I had that upside down. I was holding it all up like this, and I was thinking, I'm not even reading the words. It's this way. It says, "Today is all about you." And on the inside, may your birthday be as special as you are. That'd be really fun if somebody's birthday is in May because it says May. I'm being goofy now. A shaker card. I have not seen shaker cards. So, quick question. Card making stuff goes in and out of style. And shaker cards, about 4 or 5 years ago, were like the jam. Everybody was doing shaker cards. Have they phased out? Have we gone into something different? Are we all shakered out? Or are they still a thing? I'm just not seeing them as much, especially in the card swaps. If they're not showing up, this is the first shaker card I've had in about 5 swaps. So inquiring minds want to know. Do you feel like shaker cards are like, I've been there, done that, I want something different. I'm on the foil now, or I'm on to this, or I'm on to that. I'm sure it'll come back around, and I'm sure you guys have tons of shaker bits. I'm just curious. With our shaker cards still a thing for you guys? Curious. There's a question. Yeah, love all the handmade papers. They are pretty cool. I'm loving them. I still love shaker cards because there's nothing like getting a card and going, it is so much fun. I have a love-hate with making shaker cards because I always get crap stuck to the edges and I don't like the glitter. I personally, because it never fits right. There are some really fun ways to do shaker cards. Marcy, you're just starting to make them. That's cool. I'm just curious because I just haven't seen them come into the card swaps. I'm not seeing as many videos out there about them. There's other stuff that is being done now. Now it's all about like the stamping wheel stuff. So, but I love this. I love getting a good shaker card because it's just so much fun. I just don't necessarily like making them per se. Now this, I fell in love with this card, and I'm gonna have to make this one because it is so much cool. So that's the wrong. Okay, the grammar police are. That is so cool. I like this so much. That's two different sentences I tried to put together. Didn't work. So just take a look. All right, ready, ready, ready. Okay. Isn't that fun? Look at that. So she's cut window panels out of this, and then you put the layer on the, this is the coolest card, people. And it can sit like that. Look at that. That is, and it's not hard. You've cut two panels out of the middle. You've got four sections. You got to have a nice big chunk of paper. So she had to add some extra paper. It's pretty cool. And then you just have this whole giant W in the middle that goes opposite. So wherever there's a peak, you have a valley and they go opposite from each other. And it is just the coolest thing. It looks like a little flying seagull going off into the distance. But it's a neat card. And I like that there's so many places you can put elements onto this. I'm keeping this bad boy and I'm going to figure out how to make it because that is, yeah, I think that's cool. See, I've not seen this before. I'm sure it's been out there before. And I just not personally have seen it because it is the jam. And you can put stuff on the backside too. And then it all closes up and it looks like a regular little card until you go, oh my God. It's fun. I put cards into the swap. I get to have cards out of the swap. Is there a name for that kind of card? I don't know. I just figure about it. What do you want to call it? I've never seen it before. So I'd love if you guys know if there's a name for that. If not, let's come up with one because I'm dying. I will call it whatever you guys want me to call it. It's pretty cool though. I don't know. It's like a peekaboo accordion card. We call it that because it's like a peekaboo, but it's an accordion. Does that work? Peekaboo accordion. I'm kind of liking that. It's an accordion card for sure, but it's got peekaboos in it. You know? All right. Next we have two more handmade papers, and I love she has done the letterpress on here. So if you've never, it's not the letterpress, it's called the better press because it's a better way. It's the W card because it says wow. You guys crack me up. That is a good name for it. It's the wow card because it does. It does have like that W look to it. Sorry. Okay, let's go back to these ones. All right. I do like that. It's going to be descriptive. You can have fun with it. I think that's kind of a cool name for it. So the better press is a way of doing a letterpress, but with a stamp. But it's actually with a plate. So you stamp the plate up, you run it through your die cut machine, but through the die cutting it actually puts like an embossed element into the card. So you get that just like those really pretty letterpressed invitations or cards that you might get that feel like there's texture, but it's all pressed into the paper, but it's not color. That's what these are. So there's special ink and dies, but they're not really dies, they're presses. They're better presses. And that's what she's done on her handmade paper. And it's just really pretty. So it's kind of a mixture between a die and a stamp, kind of married together. And Spellbinders right now is one of the only ones that has, they're the initiator behind the better press. There's no heat involved or anything. It's actually a really cool system. And I think now that some of the other companies have better press like plates that you can use that go with it. So it's just cool. It's just really fun. So, very, very pretty handmade card. We got more. We're not done. We got more. We got more. Here we go. Next, we've got, okay, that's too dark of paper. Find that lighter paper. Okay. We've got Brianna Seffel. Again, if I say your name wrong, I'm so sorry. Okay. I gotta organize here. I had it all organized and I got shuffled around. Oh, here we go. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Okay. I'm already on the right screen. They do feel really cool with the texture on the better press. Yes, because you can feel it raised inside of the card. Like you can feel that it's impressed, like it's embossed. So it's not really a die. It's more between an embossing plate for embossing folder and a stamp, kind of like a marriage between the two, because you're not cutting anything, you're pressing it into the paper with color. So yeah, it's probably a better way of saying it, but it does. It has a really fun texture to it. So card makers, we love our texture. We love how things work. It's just a nice card. I also love super simple cards, and I love that there's all these gorgeous little what I call project life cards or PL cards. There you have a 12 by 12 sheet of paper or an 8.5 by a different size paper, and you have all these little fun cards that are on there, and you can cut them up and use them on your handmade cards. So here are just 3 different variations. You can have one where you cut it up to the top. She has little enamel dots at the bottom. Here we have it centered with some background paper that offers a little hat on the circle. This one's hilarious. I love this. You're kind of a big deal. I love puns. Puns are the best. And then over here, may your day be filled with sunshine and smiles, laughter, love, and cheers. So, and then just having fun with the elements. So why, and here it says happy birthday to you inside, just to let you know, it's a birthday card. Sometimes you just make it simple. Use these cards to your benefit. If you want fast, easy, fun cards, find the pretty paper. They've already done all the work for you, and you can make them super cute and really fun. Here is a fun one with a really pretty die. I don't know who made this die, but it's gorgeous. And then you have a banner here that you can put whatever stamp you want. You can say thank you, congratulations, for this instance, birthday. She's then put it over top of black to really let that flower pop, some little gems. And then I love it on the blue. That looks really pretty on the blue. So gorgeous card. That's also from Brianna. Then we have these ones. Again, you get all these little fun elements in some of the card kits and paper kits. So she's used the pattern paper and some of the little die cut. This one she actually fussy cut out. Here's a fun little bird. This is already one of those giant cards that it's more 4 by 6, but she made it fit to go onto the size of the card. And then she added some fun elements to this. Here she has some pops, and then she just fussy cut out a really cute little girl, matted on black so we really would see it. And it's easy, it's fun. I love fun and easy cards. Same with these ones. Here she had a die that says happy birthday. Let me get that on screen. And she just had fun with it. She had fun with different ways of using that happy birthday die. Here she put it on black on a bright color and then used some washi tape, same concept, but a brighter color. Here she did it in white, put it on black, and then just had fun with some stickers and some fun mats. Very just fun is the whole vibe to that. Great way to use up your washi tape. Whoa, great card just went off the rails. And then again, I was saying about the different cards, different pattern papers that have the 4 by 6 cutouts. We'll cut them down so they can fit on your card and use them as your full card panel. There's nothing wrong with that. Use your paper the way you have it, and it's super fun, easy cards. Let party till the cows come home. Love that phrase. Eat cake. It's somebody's birthday somewhere, as long as it's gluten free. No problem. And then here is that same die again. I wanted to show you. So she had the one with the blue, which was really pretty. And this is just another variation. So here we saw it on the black with the white cutout. So you saw the black. Here she has it with the taupe. It's a lot more, the color juxtaposition on this one is a lot more. This one's a lot more subtle. I love them both ways. It's just super cute. I love how she just has like this little side piece on there. Really, really cute. So, oh my goodness, look at the cow. The cow is hilarious. There are some people that are just like cow crazy, and that would be the perfect birthday card for somebody who is just like a cow person. If this was like a Shetland cow with like the fun tufts of things, like you guys know what I'm talking about, like the Shetland cows, or it's the Scottish, the northern, they have like they're really fluffy and furry. They're cute cows. That would be cute on there too. But take a look. This is just, remember, the first of many a video, and just the first few 6 people who sent in cards that were here by yesterday. I gotta show people these videos because we're gonna run out of time before I get these mailed back to everybody. So much amazing inspiration. Lots of balloons. I love the balloons. Highland cows. There it is. Not Shetland cows. Highland cows. Thank you. The furry cows. They're so cute. Wouldn't that be the cutest thing on that card? Oh, they're adorable. They're adorable. They're so cute. So take a look at all the cards. So many pretty cards. So much fun. I threw some of mine into the mix. There's a few of mine in there. So if you are still wanting to join the card swap, there's still plenty of time. They don't have to be in the mail. Now, if you're in the United States, the last day to pop them in the mail is June 22nd. If you are out of the country, and I've had people ask me, well, you don't have a listing for, I'm going to throw Bermuda out here because I've had somebody from Bermuda before. Look how cute they are. What is the shipping cost? I will figure it out, and I will put a new purchase point on there. So right now it's for USA for if you're 10, if you're 20. And then if you are Australia, because I have somebody from Australia who wanted to join, I have put that one up there. And it doesn't matter if you're 10 or 20, the price is the same. The cost for shipping back is the same. And then if you are UK and Canada, the price is the same. That's on one sales. That's one button to click for the same. It's the same price for both UK. It's hilarious because Canada is like on the same continent as me, whereas the UK is, across an entire ocean. How is that close to the same? It's like 70 cents difference. Makes no sense to me, but okay. So if you want to do 10 or 20 cards, the price is the same for shipping to return back. So those buttons are there. But if your country and you want to be a part of it is not on there, just message me, send me a message, send me an email. Be like, hey, how can I be a part of this? And I will let you know. For all I know, it could be the same price as when it's on there, and I'll just add in your country. You can use that as your purchase point. And the purchase point is to pay for the envelope, to pay for the mailing label, to pay for the shipping back to you. And like, because I have to buy tape to tape the packages and to buy the actual like envelope and a little bit of gas money to go to the mailbox, pick up the cards and drop them off and pick them up. So I break even on this. This is not a money maker. I do it for fun. It's just so much fun. And thank you everybody. Just as a quick reminder on a couple of things, since some of you were not here earlier today when we first started. So just as a heads up, my Makers Retreat, which the theme for the Makers Retreat is all about journaling. That is kind of the concept for this one. Making journals, go into a journal concept ideas, mixed media journals, clean journaling, stenciling in journals, techniques to go in journals, all the fun bookmarks that can go in journals, tassels that can go in journals. Journal crazy. Why journaling is fun. It's a different way of creating art that can go in there. You can still use your card making stuff inside of journaling. So all of those fun topics. So it's very broad and very big. That is the Makers Retreat. There's only a few spots left at the end of July here in Austin, a little outside of Austin and Dripping Springs. All of the information is on my website, which is down in the information section. It says Makers Retreat. We have 3 instructors. So we have Eileen, Hull, myself, and Cassandra. Very different instructor techniques. I am more clean and simple. Cassandra is a lot more mixed media. And then Eileen, she is amazing dyes. We're actually using one of her dyes to create one of the journals that we're going to be doing. And it's going to be fun. And then lastly, if you want to be a part of the Fan Faves bundle, this is cards. They're all having to do with anything about flowers. You want the classes, the techniques, the ideas, some fun goodies that go along with it. There's only open for today and tomorrow. You look down the information section, and I do have a class in there. So if you want to jump in and get that class, that would be awesome. There we go. Oh my goodness. So still plenty of time to join the card swap. I would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out, hugs, thumbs up, stars, whatever, all of the hearts, all of that social media, the thumbs up, the hearts, all that good stuff. Not for me, for all of these people, the ladies, specific, for all ladies who made these cards, who made these wonderful cards. So your thumbs up, your hearts, all of that, all the love, all your comments, everything is purely for these ladies because they did such an amazing job on their cards. So send your cards in and you will be in a future video. And if you send me a link to, if you have a YouTube channel, Instagram, that showcase is not a hidden channel and not one that private use only, one where you showcase your projects and your card making, I will put it on there so people can find you and follow you. I'd love to give shout outs to those amazing card makers out there. So thank you. Let me check any more comments anymore. Thank you so much for joining, and I will be back. Probably 2 more weeks before we do another card video. But yeah, lots more fun content from Creativations is still coming. If you have not checked out the video for Creativation yet, the one that went up last week, it was all about all the new products that are launching at 2024 that were in the new product showcase. But there was a ton of products that were released or hinted at or shown to me that were not the new product showcase. So stay tuned for that video coming up real soon. That's coming. And then I've got the training video. There's lots of, and then I've got how to go live. There's so much cool stuff that's still yet to come. I just got to edit it all. There's still not enough time, but it's going to be a ton of fun. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see everybody later. Bye-bye.